you're going to notice that the balance sheet we do this year looks a little different than the one that we did last year. It's laid out in what they call account form, and this is so that it resembles the accounting equation. Okay, so you basically have your assets and then your liabilities and stockholders' equity. Okay, so using the following data for Chickadee Travel Service as well as the retained earnings statement, prepare a balance sheet as of April 30th. Okay, so we are going to have to go back to that retained earnings statement to get the retained earnings because that does appear on our balance sheet. All right, so this should actually say Chickadee. I have the wrong company name. Let me change that. I will make sure it is changed on the version you get. All right. Remember, balance sheets are done on a particular day. They're a snapshot for a day. They're not done, they're not for a year ended or month ended. Okay. On the left hand side, we're going to have all of our assets. So we have some information over here. We know that cash always goes first. It is the most liquid asset. Okay, and we see that cash is $53,000, $53,050. Seriously, I'm struggling with this. All right, we then have our accounts receivable, and that is $31,350. And then the other asset we have listed over there is land. Oh, we have two more, I apologize. Land at $80,000. And finally, supplies at $3,350. All right, so to get our total assets, we want to use our auto sum. And we find that the total assets are equal to $167,750. Okay, now in theory, this should match what we're going to get over here. All right, so let's pop over to our liabilities. We have accounts payable, and that is $12,200. And then we have the stockholders' equity section. So in stockholders' equity, there are two things we put in there. The first is our capital stock, which we see from our information is $100,000. And then we have the retained earnings. And this we're going to pull from our retained earnings statement that we have already completed. And we will plug in that that was $55,550. Okay, so that's why the retained earnings statement needs to be done before the balance sheet. All right, so to get our total stockholders equity, we are going to add capital stock and retained earnings. And then to get total liabilities and stockholders equity, we will add the accounts payable, the liabilities, and the total stockholders equity. And we get $167,750. And we see that our balance sheet does balance. Remember, if your balance sheet doesn't balance, you've done something incorrectly and you need to figure it out because it is a balance sheet, so the two should match.